Welcome to the Wednesdays with Will podcast, where Will shares weird, wacky, and wonderful things that go through his mind on Wednesday.
What's good in the hood, homies? It's your boy, Willie Will III, out here in these podcast streets. As you can see, I'm in a new environment today. We're not in the studio. We're on the road. Wednesdays with Will is on the road today. We're out here in these Camp Copus streets, man. That got me a little, I'm in the hotel room for real. Just chilling between sessions. Spending the next 2 weeks out here in Camp Copus. Shout out to the Joshua Bryan Band. Out here in these streets. Last year when I was here, I actually recorded an episode here last year. It was right in the midst of my hair transplant. Shout out if you're a real OG, you remember those days. Out here in these hair transplant streets. It's all the proceeds to Bass Pro. Low key, we're going to my hairline, man. And I guess I can take this off, man. I'm honestly a fraud, man. These headphones aren't even plugged in. These headphones ain't plugged in. I had them plugged in, but then there was some latency with just hearing the audio a half second behind I'm saying it. I'm like, I can't be listening to that. It's throwing me off. But I just kind of left it on. But it's just, I had to take it off my head. I had to cover up. But yeah, see, look, man, we doing all right, man. Doing all right. I mean, I ain't got the dreads, long hair dread, Will, like I thought back in the days with Alex when we was talking about this. Shout out to like the second episode. But hey, at the end of the day, man, we still all Bass Pro proceeds still going to my hairline. So maybe we can re-up, go back to Turkey, get it done. But no, for real though, shout out to Bass Pro. Speaking of it, sponsoring our podcast on today, sponsoring the Joshua Bryan Band. If you pull up right now, we got Bass Pro merchandise on the table. So shout out to Joshua for letting me infiltrate onto the merch table a little bit. Setting up my own squad. Everybody asking how much the Bass Pro hats. $15. We went down on the prices. We used to be $20, but I'm going down because at this point I need to sell out and just not lose money. So y'all go ahead and buy them Bass Pro merchandise. Oh, I didn't start my live stream, man. Let me tap over here and start this. If you didn't know, we're going live here on Wednesdays with Will. So I'd like to officially welcome our live audience viewing on Instagram at Wednesdays with Will Instagram page. I got 2 screens going. So if you see me looking that way and then looking this way and then looking that way, I guess I got 3 screens. I got my notes, I got my regular camera, and then I got my live stream camera over here. So bear with me, man. Shout out to all the people who have made this podcast work, past, present, and future. My producers, editors. Gosh, I've really been... Well, Nick edited a little bit. Appreciate you, Nick. That's Howard. And I guess Rosello. Both of my Nicks have edited a little bit. Appreciate you guys. And for all y'all have done. Brandon Kahn and Tyson Rust for the intro and the outro. And all the talent that has appeared. We do appreciate you. But we're rolling solo today. This is a solo pod, man. I don't got no water with me. It's after my last podcast. I ought to be ashamed of myself. But I ain't got no water with me. I ain't got really much with me. Just getting ready for lunch. About to go to Cane's. Ugh. I mean, I've said it before. I'll say it again, man. I don't understand the infatuation with Cane's, man. Every Wahite and their grandmother loves Cane's. But I've said it before and I'll say it again. The only thing good at Cane's is the sauce. The only thing decent after that is the sweet tea. We got to go down a long list before we get to the chicken. I guess the chicken is next, but that's not saying much. Their chicken is mid at best. And it's like, I don't get it. We pulling up low key for their sauce. My fiance doesn't even like their sauce. So she's just like, man, the only thing good is the sweet tea there for her. I don't mind the cane sauce. Not best sauce ever. But it's the best thing Cane's has to offer. And if the best thing y'all have to offer is your sauce, that's a dadgum shame. Because everything else trash. The fries mid, they get soggy real quick. Chicken's dry. The coleslaw. Why y'all even selling the coleslaw? Cane's, man, why y'all selling the coleslaw? Ain't nobody checking for the Cane's coleslaw. I never heard anybody like, you know what I could go for? Some Cane's coleslaw. Half of y'all sub it out for more sauce. How bad is your coleslaw? Y'all got folks subbing it out for extra sauce. That's crazy. Y'all subbing a side item for a dipping sauce. And it's highway robbery. Y'all can buy those sauces. What are they like? 50 cents each, 25 cents or whatever. And it's like $2 for a whole cup of sauce, which is insane. I've seen people fill up a whole beverage container of sauce for their caniac. I'm like, what y'all doing? Y'all gotta drown the chicken in sauce for it to be passable. Drown the dressings in sauce. I mean, y'all ain't got regular sauce. Y'all ain't got no ranch. Y'all ain't got no honey mustard. Y'all ain't got no buffalo. All y'all got is Cane's and ketchup, which, I hate ketchup, man. I avoid ketchup at all costs, man. I will dip in ranch, honey mustard, barbecue, buffalo. Those are my things. I mean, if there's like a sweet and sour, I will do anything else before I have to get to ketchup, unless it's that spicy ketchup. That spicy ketchup at Whataburger hit different. I will tap into that. Other than that, man, I ain't checking for ketchup. It's just too basic for me. Too basic. But Cane's, their ketchup is just normal. Ain't got much to offer. So I have to get the sauce. And it's never enough sauce. You know, the box combo should come with more than one sauce. That one sauce isn't enough. They know they're taxing you. They want you to sub out. You know, y'all be subbing out the coleslaw for another sauce. Some of y'all sub it out for extra fries, which is trash too. Y'all don't give enough fries to start with. Y'all's fries portion is weak. I've been going to Five Guys, and I've been getting spoiled there, because you get a little fry there, it can feed a whole family. Y'all generous with the fries over at the Five Guys, but Cane's, y'all skimpy with the fries, man. And they're crinkle cut. I'm like, come on, man. So they're never crispy enough for me. They're always a little soggy. If I pick up my fry by the end, it shouldn't flop down. Y'all got these flaccid fries out here in these streets, man. I need some stiff fries. I need my fries wiener stiff. Okay? So they have a little crunch into them. I'm sick of these flaccid fries. Y'all got to do better. And so Cane's, it's like y'all just got nothing good to offer. Y'all got your weak fries, your weak coleslaw, dry chicken, good sauce, good sweet tea. And the ice with the sweet tea is good. Y'all got the crushed ice. We like the crushed ice. That's all y'all got to offer. So me and my homeboys the other day, we were joking. We were like, what if somebody like actually was going to Cane's for the coleslaw? I've never heard of this, but we made a little thing. So we went up to, I need to post this. Sweeney, shout out to Sweeney, man. Edit that video for me. You were recording it, so I don't have the clip. But we went to Cane's, ordered a box combo, and subbed everything for coleslaw. So I went up to the drive-thru. I said, "Can I get a box combo? And can y'all sub the Cane sauce for extra slaw?" Which is diabolical off the back. That is diabolical. You're subbing the Cane sauce, the best thing, for extra slaw. I said, can you sub the fries for extra slaw? Sub the toast, because I forgot about the toast. I didn't mention the toast. The toast is, maybe that's third. I think the toast is slightly better than chicken on the scale of bread for restaurants, but still nothing special. Their toast is pretty mid as well. I will go sauce, tea, toast in the hierarchy of how good things are at Cane's, but that's still not saying much. I like it's usually salted pretty well, buttered nicely. But I subbed this anyway. I subbed the toast too. Said sub the toast for extra coleslaw. I said sub the drink for extra coleslaw. Sub the chicken. I don't even know none of the chicken. Extra coleslaw. I had to get somebody else on the line. I think the first one was confused. There was like a manager or somebody like, so you want coleslaw? I was like, yeah. Let me tell you, man. I've traveled far and wide from these continental United States to this particular Cane's because I heard y'all's coleslaw was the best thing since sliced bread. And I didn't even know y'all have sliced bread. Y'all got the toast, but this is the best thing since that, apparently. So give me just a box combo of coleslaw. And they're like, all right, man, I'll get you coleslaw. And I went in line. It was a long line. I was like, man, I ain't about to pay box combo price for some coleslaw. Let me get the hell out of here. And I drive out of the drive-thru. Felt kind of bad for abandoning the drive-thru because most drive-thrus, they have you boxed in. You know, they got the lanes where they're like, you know, once you in there, you're committed. They don't like people bailing. But this particular one, you weren't committed. And I was like, let me get out of here because, I mean, like I said, I felt bad at first, but I'm like, it's just coleslaw. It's not like they had to prepare it. It's pre-prepared, pre-packaged in those they're about to give me like 5 Dixie cups of that coleslaw. And like, gosh, generally when I go to Cane's, I do eat the coleslaw because I don't hate coleslaw. I mean, I'm not really a coleslaw fanatic. I wouldn't go out of my way to get coleslaw, but nothing at Cane's is good enough for me to sub the coleslaw for something else. I'm like, it's all mid, so let me just eat the whole meal as is. I mean, it is what it is with that. I mean, cabbage, mayonnaise, carrots, it's about all coleslaw is. And ain't nothing special, but hey, nothing is really special at the Cane's. So anyway, that's my rant on the Raising Cane's, man. I don't get it. Somebody said raisin canes. Some of y'all say it wrong. Y'all say Raisin Cane's like the little, like the dried up grape. Is that what a raisin is, right? A little dried up, or is it a beet? I don't know. Somebody says raisin. It's not raisin, it's Raising Cane's. Like Jesus raised from the dead, past of, well, I guess it's the present tense. Why is Raising Cane's being raised? He's currently raising. I think that dog dead. I don't think he's raising. Somebody needs to raise him from the dead, but he's not raising. He's ashes, dust. That dog been gone. Y'all need to adjust your name to Raised Cane's. No, but that implies that he raised back up. How do you do that? I guess it was talking about he was raising the dog. I don't understand. That's a really strange restaurant concept. We're gonna call it Raising Cane's. It like has no implications for what y'all are selling, what y'all are doing. Thought it was a dog training company the first time. I'm going like, what's this Raising Cane's? Who's Cane's? Cane's. So why isn't it just called Cane's Chicken Fingers? Why is it Raising Cane? Again, I'm not emphasizing the emphasis. We're all bad on this. We say raisin, raising. It's confusing, man. Even y'all's name is trash. That's what I'm getting to. All right? I'm sick of y'all. Raising Cane's. It's hard to say that, man. I'm moving on from this topic. Speaking of fast food, though, jumping into the news, Burger King sponsored a wedding because there's a couple, Joel Berger and Ashley King, got married, and Burger King paid for their entire wedding. I didn't know Burger King had the dough like that. Because every time I go to a Burger King, or at least pass by one, because I don't really be checking for Burger King, they're pretty trash. Gosh, speaking of the trash restaurants, Burger King ain't got much. The best thing I've had from Burger King is their chicken sandwich, which, come on, you're called Burger King and your chicken sandwich is the best thing? But their fries are mid. They're also kind of soggy. They're never crispy enough for me. See, that's the thing on me. I need them crispy fries. Give me them crispy fries. That's why Wendy's always does me white. Them fries be crispy. I need a little crunch on them. But Burger King, man, I'm like, how'd they afford this? Because ain't nobody ever in their drive-thru. I don't see anyone ever in that restaurant. I'm like, does anybody even work here at Burger King? I go, when I pull up to the speaker box, it takes about 5 minutes for somebody to say, hey, can I take your order? I'm like, what, they in the back hitting the blunt or something? I'm like, what are y'all doing over here at the Burger King? But apparently, they just had the perfect name. Joel Berger and Ashley King. I guess I'm sure they embraced that. This is the Burger King. But of course, Joel is the guy, it sounds like. So they're going to keep the last name Berger. And I don't know, do you think Ashley King is going to hyphenate, make it Burger King? Maybe she'll hyphenate her. Or I guess technically it should be King Burger because you do your maiden name first. But yay, it's 2024. Mix it up. Do what you want to do. But a local newspaper reported on their engagement, made international news, and upon hearing the story, Burger King decided to cover the wedding expenses. Now, I wonder, though, did they have to have the venue at Burger King? I didn't get much more information on this story, but Do you think they were like, hey, come over to our local Burger King, man. We'll cater the food, broiled burgers for y'all, for everybody. If you're a vegan, well, no, they got their Impossible Burgers. So vegans, we got you covered. If you're gluten free, we'll give you a lettuce wrap, a lettuce bun. So Burger King, they're versatile enough. They can make that work. It was a match made in fast food heaven, they said. Their wedding included special gifts from Burger King, such as the chains, crowns, and custom mason jars. The groomsmen even posed wearing Burger King shirts under their suits. Okay, y'all doing too much. Nothing makes a suit more classy than a Burger King t-shirt under it. And I never really got the suit with a t-shirt look under it. I mean, honestly, it doesn't look bad, I guess, when I see it on people. I just haven't had the courage to do that. For me personally, I'm like, if I have a suit on, I feel like I need a collared shirt. It just feels right. Like, how am I going to wear a t-shirt, especially a graphic tee, much less a Burger King t-shirt? But hey, it's a Burger King themed wedding, so if there's any place you could do it, I guess that's the place. So, but yeah, hopefully Burger King Mr. Burger and Mrs. King have a happily ever after, man. I wonder how their honeymoon went. They sponsor a Burger King cruise, Gosh, I bet they gained a lot of weight, man. There's a lot of fast food, a lot of Burger King for your wedding, your engagement, your after party. It's a lot. Hopefully they stay together. That'd be a sad day. Will Burger King host their divorce party if they they don't make it out? You're like, oh man, maybe McDonald's will pick it up. Like, see, if y'all would have had it at our establishment, y'all would have been more successful. Y'all would have been loving your marriage. But at Burger King, they ain't got no. What's their slogans? Have it your way. So maybe one of them wanted to have it their way. They said, I want to get up out of this marriage. So, if they were really smart, they should have their wedding at Olive Garden. When you're here, your family, making marriages last forever at the Olive Garden. Who would be the worst company to sponsor? State Farm, like a good neighbor. It's like, we setting up an affair for that wedding. A neighbor's trying to get in there. Got your peeping Tom turned out to be your side chick. What's going on? I don't know. Going too far on that one, but anyway, let's get on. Let's get on to a few other topics. Like I said, I'm at camp this week. At camp, just played with some of the tech team guys. We were playing Super Smash Brothers. They're like, hey, Will, come play the Switch with us. And I was like, man, first of all, I don't like that name, the Switch. It's what they call the Nintendo Switch for those who are not aware. But for me, a Switch is, a stick that you get whooped back. When you get your behind whooped with when you were a kid. I was acting up. I talked back to my grandma. She's like, go out there and get you a Switch. And it was like, that meant get a little branch I'm going to whoop your behind with so you act in shape. And so every time I was like, hey, you want to go play the Switch? It's like, no, I don't want to get whooped. And I pretty much did get whooped at Super Smash Brothers, by the way. I'm trash at that game. Straight butt at Super Smash Brothers. And it's also sus. They're like, hey, you want to smash with us on the Switch? Like, what? Those phrases, like, in my mind, that utters nonsense. This doesn't make sense. You wanna smash with us on the Switch? Like, no. It doesn't sound like something I want to do. And after doing it isn't something I want to do. Because, again, Super Smash Brothers is not my game. I just be hitting random buttons. I don't know what I'm doing. I like to be Kirby so I can just suck people up and then jump off the cliff and commit suicide. Suck people up and kill them. Kind of sounds like well, never mind. I'm not going to make the joke. But I don't get it. I don't know the controls. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know how to use the little power-up thing when you're, like, highlighted and you can do, the super move. I don't be knowing. So, yeah, don't ask me to play the Switch. Especially because I'm still scarred, man. I used to have to get my own Switch. Anybody y'all get your own Switch? My grandma was like, get you a Switch, and then the first one would never be good enough. So, it gotta not spiky enough, leaving marks. We were low-key contributing to our child abuse. Like, I wish somebody would try something like that now. You going straight to CPS. They shutting you down. They taking your kids away faster than you can say malarkey. I mean, them kids gonna be gone. They was like, go get you a Switch that I can beat you with. That is insane, man. Ain't no way something like that could fly these days. Ain't no way. But speaking of malarkey, man. Joe Biden, man. How long y'all think he's gonna hold on? I just had a thought the other day. Cause that guy, there's like more presidents alive right now than I think there's ever been in the past. Well, in other words, like past presidents. There's Obama, obviously, Trump, because he's a past president currently, and George Bush. What was the guy before him that did the I did not have sexual Bill Clinton. And then sleeper is what's his name? Jimmy Carter. Jimmy Carter's still alive, man. He's been in like a hospice for like 2 years and hanging on by a thread, but that dude's still alive. And I just had a thought, man. Jimmy Carter only served 1 term. He might be about as good a shape or better than Joe Biden, low key. I don't know. Y'all Democrats, take a good look at Jimmy Carter. Y'all want to put him back up there? Put him back up there. Run him back up there, man. Run Jimmy back. Jimmy Carter 2024. It's low key. Who you think will die first? Jimmy Carter or Joe Biden? That's a DraftKings bet I want to pour into, man. I mean, they both up there. I mean, Jimmy Carter's older and he's been on the edge longer, but at this point, I don't know, man. It's a coin flip. It's a coin flip. Y'all might want to consider putting Jimmy back up there, man. I want to see a debate with Jimmy Carter out there, man. Who y'all think? Joe Biden or Jimmy Carter? Who you got? Who's more competent at this point? That should have been the primaries, man. I would have loved to see something like that. I would have loved to see it. Speaking of this or that, who do you think will be? So we're thinking who will be alive longer, which is dark. Okay, I'm sorry. But who will be in the league longer between LeBron James and Bronny James? We talked a little bit last week that I think Bronny's going to get carried to a title. I think he's going to have like a 2 or 3 year contract. Within those next couple of years, in the final years of LeBron's career, he's going to get one more title in, just carry Bronny to a title. Bronny may play 2 minutes in the finals. I don't think he's going to really significantly be a role. He's going to be up there a little bit, a role player maybe in the regular season. He's going to be benched on the playoffs. And then, he'll probably go overseas after a couple of years. But I think he might get carried. But a big question is, who do you think will last longer in the league? LeBron James or Bronny James? I mean, that's another one. I mean, that boy Bronny, if he stinks it up the first year, I mean, he might get cut. And we might see him, they'll send him off to the D-League. He might go off to the overseas, and you rarely see people come back. Because they also pay decently over there if you're a top player. And so watch him play a couple years, and then LeBron hanging on another 2-3 years. And how crazy would that be if LeBron starts and finishes his career before his son? That would be wild. And that's another DraftKings bet I'm willing to pour into, man. Because I think I'm gonna put my bet on LeBron. I think LeBron is gonna outlast Bronny in the NBA. Mark my words. Because LeBron is no sign of slowing down. Still easy top 10 player. I want to arguably say top 5. I think, 1v1, line for line, offense, defense, bring all the stats, just say player for player. I think LeBron's still a top 5 player in this league. At what is he, 40 now? Or how old this dude? So, I mean, how is he going to suck in 2 years? He may take a step back. We haven't really seen him take a real significant step back, but we might see that eventually here in the next couple of years. But I still think he's an all-star for a couple years, and then after that, he's at least an average player. But this guy, Bronny, we'll see, man. We'll see, man. I think LeBron might outlast him in the NBA, man. I can see that happening. That'd be crazy, man. It'd be crazy. A couple more topics we can get up out of here. Oh man, this is something I'm sad about. I'm sad about this, man. The other day, I was checking my Uber rating because I drive for Uber part time. You know, just here between this and that, between the podcast, between making music. You know, times are rough out here in these streets. Gotta make ends meet. So I've been driving Uber, and I've pride myself of having a 5-star Uber rating since 2020 when I started Ubering. And just the other day, it dropped to 4.9. Womp, womp, womp. I had a sellout, man. Somebody sold me out. They gave me 4 stars. They said I was driving too fast. I said, come on, man. Driving too fast. You in an Uber. I assume you got places to go, people to see. And you gonna ding me for driving too fast? Not even driving recklessly. I mean, that's one thing. You driving recklessly. You're driving, you know, you're not well, but just too fast. We in Texas. If you go on the speed limit, you going too slow. They're speed suggestions, hey man. Come on. If the speed limit's 45, you go at least 50. You got that 5-mile-per-hour grace period. And then where's the flow of traffic? Gotta keep up with the flow of traffic. I'm a hazard. If I'm on the highway specifically, most of the time it's 65 or 70 miles per hour. If all the cars going 75, if I'm going 65, I'm a hazard to society. I got to go 75, maybe hit about 80. Come on, man. Why are you dinging me for going too fast? That's the thing. There's a difference between going too fast and driving reckless. I see some of y'all insane. Y'all weaving in and out of traffic. Y'all bobbing and weaving on us. Y'all ain't using your turn signals. Y'all speeding up, slowing down, slamming on the brakes. I ain't doing all that, okay? I will take that. If I was doing all that, I will happily take my 4 stars. I'm like, hey, it's on me, boss. It's on me. But just going too fast? Come on, man. And I know what happened. They probably saw the little red mark. Because Uber, and this is my fault, I've recently started putting my phone on the dashboard so like the passenger can see the route I'm taking. They can see the speed I'm going because Uber kind of shows red when you're speeding, which I think that's my fault. I should have did that because it makes me look bad. Now it looks like I'm speeding, looks like I'm being harmless. Also, sometimes if I occasionally make a wrong turn, it's like they can see I did that. That's what I thought was going to come to me because I've made some wrong turns. I'm like, oh, crap. Wasn't supposed to turn there. I thought I was going to get dinged for something like that. Made the wrong turn. They didn't like the music I was playing, or they thought I smelled funny. I don't know. I thought it was going to be something petty. I knew, let's be realistic. I knew I wasn't going to keep the 5 stars forever. You know, nobody's perfect. My barber, shout out to Davari, he's still got 5 stars on his barber cuts, and I don't know how he's got that. I'm like, I keep telling him somebody's going to sell you out. Just people like to hate. They see that you got 5 stars and they want to change that. I mean, gosh, how many times do you see that on ratings sometimes? So I really expected to not have 5 stars forever, but I hated to see it like this. For going too fast? Come on, man. Not going too fast. And say something, man. Say something, I'm giving up on you. I'm happy to go the speed limit. I'm trying to help y'all out. I'm trying to get y'all to places y'all need to be. So I drive in a way that I feel is the most safe and efficient way to drive. Okay? If you want me to go to speed limit, by all means, let me know. Okay, can you slow it down for me? I will happily keep my tank right at the assigned speed limit, because I set my cruise a lot when I drive. I don't know if y'all like me, but I set my cruise control. Oftentimes, even on regular streets, not even on the highway, because I have the adaptive cruise control, not the flex. I have my Toyota Camry 2018, man, has adaptive cruise control where it'll kind of accelerate, decelerate based on the car in front of you. So I low-key can sit in like traffic and my car will start and stop on its own. So sometimes I don't even think about how fast I'm going. I set that. And I'm not going to lie. I sometimes intentionally set my cruise control, like I said, about 5 miles per hour faster than the speed limit. Just to keep it moving. But hey, if you got a problem with that, just let me know. That's my thing. Let's have open communication. Hey man, well, don't just ding me on the rating. Just be like, hey man, can you keep it down for me? I would appreciate it. Maybe he was carrying. Maybe he just was scared we were getting pulled over. Maybe he had a little weed on him. You gotta stay off the weed in my car, man. Maybe that's what it was. He just got nervous. But I was like, man, if you want me to slow it down, I can slow it down. I will keep that tank right at the posted speed limit, and we'll get there when we get there. I ain't in no rush. Just don't ding me on the rating, and tip me well, man. Y'all tip your Uber drivers, man. Uber be paying a jack squat, man. They be nickel and diming us out here in these streets. I be doing, especially those, especially the Uber Eats orders. I be getting $2.50. $3.95. I'm like, this is pennies on the dollar. And those are the worst ones because it's not like picking up somebody. They come to your car. If I'm delivering it, I got to get out, go to your porch or knock on your door, deal with your dogs. It's a lot more going into it. So especially on the Uber Eats, y'all tip your drivers, man. And if you got an apartment building or a duplex or a unit situation, Y'all better tap in some more. You better tip extra because it'd be hard to find them apartments, especially at night. Yeah, they ain't be well lit. I'm over here like, where am I supposed to go? Y'all need to label your apartments better, man. That's not on y'all. I don't know. That's my apartment people, contractors do better, man. I can't figure out where I'm going. I don't know where I'm parked. I'm like, gosh, I'm walking through a maze out here. I'm in the corn maze in this apartment complex. So y'all got to do better with that. So y'all tip your Uber drivers, man. That's why I'm saying tip your Uber drivers because it's rough out here in these streets. We basically getting reimbursed for gas. The tip is our profits, low key. The tip is the profit. I got tips like $25 yesterday. That was a blessing, man. It was a good bless. Low key think this chick was kind of drunk. Oh man, I picked up this girl at like midnight from Twin Peaks. Already sounds sus. I know. I was like, oh boy, this might be interesting. But I mean, being a nice guy, I was just like, hey, where we going? We were going over to Denton. We were coming back here. I was going to the camp. And so dropped her off, and she was like, man, thank you for letting me feel safe, man. She literally said that. She's like, I'm a little drunk, and I could tell finally when she got out of the car because she was like, hey, I tried to find my phone, and she was literally, it was in her hand because she was just on the phone with her friends that were checking in on her, making sure she's okay. They're asking my name. Hey, who are you with? What's the Uber driver's name? I will give them that. Hey, way to be overprotective. Help your friend out, man. She's been drinking a little bit. You want to make sure she gets home safely. There's some bad guys out there, but I'm a good fella, man. We just talked it up. We talked about the Lord a little bit. I exchanged told her I was worship pastor. I gave her a few food for thought with that. Actually, the Lord has actually opened up some witness opportunities lately for me on the Uber. And so, things aren't always as they seem, even with that. Not all people are bad people. And so, but anyway, the point is she tipped me like $25. It was right off the bat, too. As soon as I got in the car, she hit me with a tip. So I don't know if that was a good faith tip of like, hey, I don't know if you're a good person, but maybe if I tip you, you'll be a nice person. I don't know if that's what that plea was, but I was like, hey, man, I'm chilling. I was content with that one because I was like a $15 fee because we was going all the way up here to Denton from Fort Worth. So that was a decent price. But with the tip, it was like the icing on the cake right there, man. That's why them tips make it, man. Make it worthwhile. If there was no tips, man, I wouldn't be doing these Uber streets, man. Them tips keep it going. But anyway, make sure you tip your Uber drivers because we rely on the tip, just the tip. Amen. Anyway, on that note, I think we gonna get up out of here. This one's gone on long enough. But yeah, Thank you for attending this episode of Wednesdays with Will. It's your boy Willie Will III, and we're out here in these podcast streets, specifically these Camp Copa streets this week. Make sure to share the podcast, follow us on TikTok, Instagram, all the things. And yeah, we'll see you next time. Deuces.